between 200 and 300 million people throughout the world are suffering from thyroid conditions. Luckily, many of these conditions are treatable. The most common thyroid disorders are hypothyroidism and hyperthyroidism. Many Ayurveda doctors, nutritionists, and the yoga practitioners believe that a thyroid problem can be treated by changing your food habit, lifestyle, and also certain yoga can help improve your thyroid problem with a regular practice. Here are 10 proven ways to heal your thyroid problem naturally. Before starting this, first understand what is thyroid gland, and what are the common symptoms of thyroid problems. The thyroid is a small gland, which can be found at the base of your throat, below the prominence of the thyroid cartilage. The thyroid gland is about 2 inches long, and is shaped a bit like a butterfly, sometimes called the Adam's apple. It produces thyroxine hormone, that impacts each and every cell, organ, and tissue in the human body. The thyroid gland is responsible for regulating body temperature and the heart rate, as well as the production of protein, and controlling the rate of your metabolism. The 8 common symptoms can be found if you have a thyroid problem. Those are extreme fatigue, depression, weight gain, nervousness, muscle weakness, unexplainable weight loss, vision and eye issues, sleep disturbances and problems. Although these are the symptoms associated with thyroid issues, either type of thyroid problem is very difficult to diagnose without a proper urine or blood tests.
Number 10.
Eat fresh vegetables and fruits which have high in antioxidants. Increase the vegetables and fruits in your diet. Whenever possible, choose to eat seasonal organic produce, vegetables and fruits. The fresher the better. Even frozen fruits and vegetables can benefit your health. Some vegetables and fruits have high in antioxidants, such as cherries, tomatoes, bell pepper, blueberries, and squash. Eating fresh vegetables and fruits will help you maintain thyroid and overall health. However, some vegetables can be harmful. If you suffer from hypothyroidism, you should avoid anything in the cabbage family, such as Brussels sprouts, kale, spinach, broccoli, and cabbage.
Number 9.
Cut out processed and refined foods from your diet. Processed and refined foods in general adds sugar and unhealthy saturated fat, which are not good for your thyroid health. If the food is too white, such as white bread, white pasta, sugar, cookies, cakes, fast foods, and pre-packaged foods are all processed, it will better make meals with fresh ingredients, so your body will get most of their original vitamins, minerals, and other nutrients. Eat whole grain bread, brown rice, and whole grain pasta, which helps your thyroid health.
Number 8.
You should avoid alcohol and tobacco products. If you have hyperthyroidism, you should avoid taking caffeine and alcohol, no matter what kind of thyroid condition you have. Caffeine is found in coffee, chocolate, energy drinks, tea, and soft drinks. Caffeine is a stimulant drug that can affect your thyroid functioning. Alcoholic beverages such as wine, beer, and spirits can also impact the health of your thyroid.
Number 7.
You should follow some medicational guideline before taking medicine. Avoid taking drugs without consulting your doctor, because some medication drugs include methimazole, radioactive iodine, propylthiouracil, and some other drugs also include lithium and amiodarone, which can cause irreversible hypothyroidism. Do not take your thyroid medication with a cup of coffee. If you drink iron, vitamin or calcium supplements, then it should be taken at least 3 to 4 hours after taking your thyroid medication. Even taking antacids or antidepressants medicine, like Zoloft, Paxil, and Prozac, wait at least 2 to 3 hours.
Number 6.
Limit your meat consumption if you have a thyroid problem. Try to eat less meat, particularly red meat. If you consume much meat, those are not only bad for your thyroid health, but also it will increase the risk of suffering from colorectal cancer. Other types of cancer associated with eating meat include renal, breast, pancreatic, and prostate cancer. Before eating meats, you should know, the maximum of 2 servings of red meat a week is recommended, and it should be limited to 3 ounces per serving.
Number 5.
Boost your fish consumption. Fish is the first and most important healthy food for the natural treatment for hypothyroidism, because it has a good quality of protein, essential fatty acids and a wonderful source of selenium, which is most concentrated in the thyroid gland, and improves its functions. The healthy omega-3 fatty acids present in oily fishes, but be careful selecting fish. Fish that is high in mercury may be bad for your thyroid function. Fish like salmon, tuna, sardines and trout helps to reduce inflammation, improve immune power, and lower the risk of heart diseases in people suffering from hypothyroidism.
Number 4.
You should take enough iodine for your thyroid health. If you eat food, make sure you get enough iodine of it in your diet, because the thyroid gland needs iodine for proper functioning. If you don't take enough table salt in your diet, you may suffer from a lack of iodine, or iodine deficiency, because table salt is the primary source of iodine you get on a daily basis. A blood pressure patient should avoid taking enough iodine, but need to have an alternate source of iodine, which found in brownish sea vegetables, and underground vegetable, like kelp, wakem, dulse, mushrooms, onions, garlic, and also you can get iodine naturally, by eating meat from organic grass-fed animals.
Number 3.
Add beans in your diet for hypothyroidism. Beans are an inexpensive and versatile food for hypothyroidism. Beans contain a great source of protein, antioxidants, complex carbohydrates, lentils, and contain many of the vitamins and minerals for individuals who have given up meat consumption. They are also high in fiber, which can be beneficial if you suffer from constipation, a common side effect of hypothyroidism. You can add beans to salads, soups, stews, and side dishes to enhance the taste of your food. Guidelines recommended that adults get 20 to 35 grams of fiber each day, but excess fiber can interfere with your hypothyroidism treatment.
Number 2.
Avoid foods which contain hydrogenated vegetable oils. Hyperthyroidism persons should avoid hydrogenated vegetable oils, because it adds hydrogen atoms to oil, that will reduce the number of unsaturated fatty acids, and increase the number of saturated fatty acids in the oil, which have a negative impact on the levels of hormone and cholesterol in the body. For this reason, this oil's heavier to digest. Hydrogenated vegetable oil uses for making crackers, onion rings, chips, donuts, and packed food products. Therefore, it is best to stay away from foods containing hydrogenated vegetable oil, if a person has hyperthyroidism.
Number 1.
You should practice right yoga, mudra, and breathing techniques. Yoga, mudra, and breathing techniques are the ancient Indian practice concerned with controlling your mind, body, and breath. Research has shown that practicing yoga, mudra, and pranayama may be able to relieve symptoms of anxiety and depression. It is beneficial in treating thyroid-related disorders. Make sure your body is well warmed up before attempting to any yoga, mudra, and pranayama. Many yoga and breathing technique poses are designed to encourage your healthy thyroid. Sarvangasana is highly recommended for thyroid health. This pose is also known as shoulder stand. You can practice this pose for 1 to 2 minutes per day. Other useful yoga poses are Halasana, Bhujangasana, Viparidkarani, Ushtrasana, and there are several mudras that people practice for thyroid disorders. Practice Pranamudra for hyperthyroidism and Prithvi Mudra for hypothyroidism. You can practice each of these poses for 1 to 2 minutes per day. In addition to the yoga postures, you can add various breathing techniques for your overall health, but for your thyroid problem, Kapalbhati and Nadi Shodhana Pranayama are the best and efficient breathing techniques. You should practice about 10 to 15 minutes a day. Kapalbhati, also known as skull shining breathing technique, which is when you take in a slow deep breath through your nostrils, pulling the breath into your chest and belly. Then, you expel the breath somewhat forcefully through your nostrils again. Nadi Shodhana was known as alternate nostril breathing, which is when you place one finger over your right nostril, and breathe in and then switches your finger to the left nostril, and breathe out. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe and share.